underground training and welcome to On the Crew. In our second episode, we're going to have a look at why language is so important when you're trying to get a mining job, and we're also going to have a look at social media. We'll talk about that at the end of the video, but first let's jump over and have a look at where the actual mining jobs are around the country. The green ones are active mines at the moment, and the blue ones are ones that are about to be put into service, so they're in development. So as you can see, there's a lot of work around the country. And if you type underground into Seek, you'll see all the entry-level jobs come up. So you've got South Australia, New South Wales, WA, again, WA. There's a lot going around. WA, New South Wales, South Australia. There's a lot of work going in all the states of Australia, but you've just got to give the employers what they want for these entry-level underground jobs. So if you're trying to get into the industry, the easiest way to get yourself a mining job is to show them that you understand the language, the culture, and the systems of work. So if we jump over to entry-level mining experience, and this is in the new starters column all the way down the bottom, so you've got to go all the way down the bottom to here, and we jump down here and we have a look at some of the questions that they might ask you in an interview and what action should be taken immediately if you detect stench gas underground. So what are you going to do if you smell stench gas? Well, you're going to have to go to the refuge chamber. Now, one of the things that I do with the Work Ready package when I test people about their knowledge, this is the first question that I ask everybody, and it's one that I like to highlight because the refuge chamber has to be the refuge chamber. Can't be the safety box or the safe place or the area that we go to or the muster point or whatever. It has to be the refuge chamber. It can't be anything else. When you're being onboarded onto the crew, if you can use the correct language and show them that you understand the systems of work and understand the culture, they can get you up to speed in weeks instead of months. And that is the advantage to the employers of you doing the training. But the language is incredibly important. You have to know how it all works and you have to be able to speak the language. Like I said, when you're coming onto the crew, I really don't care about how much equipment experience that you've got if we use a truck as an example of the position that you're taking. The reason I don't care about your equipment experience in the past is because I know that those trucks are really easy to drive and nobody has a problem learning how to drive those trucks. What they have problems with is learning the language and the systems of work and the culture around them so they can be left alone. That's the important thing. If you can get yourself to a position where you can walk through the door and you can talk to them about how it all works, it just puts you 6 to 8 weeks ahead of everybody else that they're interviewing for these jobs. And that's how people get work through us. But you've got to understand the information. So if we come over to my account and we jump down into the mining coach, and you can see when you sign up, this is where you'll end up. And if we come down and we click on basic mine site operations, and we'll have a look at the first module. And we're going to go down to as per mine site standard. And the reason that we're going to go down to this one is that this is a really important one to get your head around, because when you go to the site, it's as per mine standard. It's not the last site that you worked on. It's not something that you read in a book from somewhere else. It's what they get you to do in the inductions on site. A good example of as per mine standard is changing a tyre on a light vehicle. On one mine site, you might be required to chock a wheel before you change the tyre. On another site in the same state, a different owner might be required that all 3 wheels be chocked. Or there are mines where you're not allowed to touch it at all and the tyre fitter comes and changes the tyre for you. So that's the difference with as per mine site standards. So when you go to site, you need to learn what the standard is on that site. That's what the induction's all about. And there's no 2 sites that have the same standards. They all work under the same principle. Everybody uses the same systems of work, but everybody on their particular mine site has got their own way of doing things. They're incredibly small differences. They're not big differences at all, but you need to learn them, because if you get caught doing something that you brought over from another mine site on the new mine site that you go to, it's a very easy way to lose your job. So you need to understand as per mine site standard. The other thing that you need to know is the job, so the systems of work. So if we click over to our ground support page, and this is in the basic mine site operation course as well, and we go down through, it shows you what a split set is and what a plate is. Shows you how the jumbo installs the ground support, the bolting patterns, plates, mesh, straps, how shotcrete's installed. There's videos on how to put the bolt on the end of the jumbo, goes into chemical bolts, cable bolts, teaches you everything that the employer wants you to know, and it does this for everything. So when you go through module 2, we went to ground support, but there's development mining, taking a cut, firing a cut, escape way, production mining, paste fill. There's just information all the way through that the employers want you to know so they can leave you alone in a short amount of time. And that's what this is all about, making yourself an easy win for the mining employers. Because like we said before, lots of jobs around. You just have to type underground into Seek and you'll see all the jobs come up. And we've had a number of people get jobs lately. And you only have to jump over to the Google reviews to see all the people that have gotten jobs. Andre got a job 18 months ago as a truck driver. He's doing really well at the moment. He left us a nice Google review. There's another one here from Tamara that got a job with BHP. Dylan got a job with BHP. Josh got a job 18 months ago and he's progressed through the ranks fairly quickly. Ruben got a job not too long ago with Northern Star. Aaron got on with Redpath in South Australia. Sam got on with Burncut in South Australia. Alex got a job with Redpath. As you can see, it just keeps on going, and all these people, none of them got a utility job. All of them got a proper mining job, because that's what we're here to do, is to help you get a proper mining job. So the best way in to get a mining job is to learn the language. So I hope that makes it really clear. Learning the language is the most important thing when you're trying to get one of these jobs. Next, I just want to talk about what's going on with social media. So back in the day, and I've just put this into Google so you can have a look yourselves, but back in the day, the WA Mines Department cracked down quite heavily in 2008 to 2010 on all the videos that were coming out on YouTube, to the point that it scared all the employers and they make some really rash actions. So you can see here 2008 to 2010, they were actively reviewed. And what happened later on in 2013, I think it was, or 2014, we had a Harlem Shake incident. And I don't know if you remember this, but one of the mining companies, 2013, they sacked a whole crew over it. So 15 people got sacked over it. You can come over here and have a look at the BBC article on it all. But they sacked a whole crew on the site because they were deemed to be doing something that was completely wrong, and there were a whole heap of safety breaches that were in the video, and the mines department got hold of it, and it really made it very hard, and it was like the icing on the cake. And ever since then, you know, the mining companies have been really active in seeking out people that are putting videos up and getting them to take it down, or if they won't take it down, often it costs them their job. And so it's to the point now, if you're actually doing a proper mining job, if you take a video of yourself underground and you don't have permission to show it, then you will get the sack. There was a guy that used to do Life of Mine podcast. He was a mining engineer and a jumbo operator. It looks like he's taken all his stuff down, and that to me says that he's probably gone back with the mining job, because anybody that's got any of their stuff up with their face to camera, they're not doing a proper mining job, they're doing an ancillary job. They're either pumping grease into something, or they're writing resumes, or they're making beds, or they're doing something like that. They're not actually doing any of the mining jobs, because anybody that was doing any of the mining jobs, it would be instantly flagged by your employer. And at the moment, you know, a couple of years ago, you probably would have just been told to take it down and don't be an idiot. Now you probably get pulled in and get a first and final. I believe some people are even getting sacked on the spot because of it. And doing videos in your donga as well, that's not on either. They don't like that either at the moment. It's a real hard crackdown. And the thing that I really want to press upon everybody here, all these people come up in my feed constantly. And what I need you to know is that I can't put any of these people on a crew and get them to go straight away, because none of them have got any practical mining experience in the actual mine site. All their experience is from the ancillary jobs. None of them have got any experience from any of the real mining jobs, so I can't use them. And if you can't be used straight away, you're pretty much useless. And if you want to see what the formal qualifications are and why there aren't any formal qualifications for these actual mining jobs, you can jump into the new starters column and have a look on the mining qualifications, what you need and what you don't need. And as you scroll down, you'll see this is the WA Mining Act and Regulations. This is why the employers have to issue all their own on-site equipment tickets and on-site procedures and inductions, because they have to be able to prove in a court of law that they've done everything they can to train you and keep you safe on site, and this is the agreed method of doing this. And that means that once you move from one site to another, you have to redo everything on the new site you go to. Ginormous pain in the ass, I agree, but it has made the industry a hell of a lot safer in the time that I've been involved in it. So if you're trying to get into the industry, the easiest way in is to learn how it all works. You can do that using our training packages in our shop. And the Intro to Underground Mining is $4.95. That includes full instructions on how to redo your resume and interview prep. The 3-step plan package comes with all the online training and a full resume service. And the Work Ready is the one where you get an experienced person like myself to help prep you. So it's our job to make sure that you've understood all the mining information. We redo your resume, we do interview prep, come up with a plan of where and how you're going to get in and help you work the plan. But like I've been saying, there's lots of work all over the country. It's not hard to get a job at the moment. We had a look at some of the people from the Google reviews that have gotten jobs in the last 18 months and have just gotten jobs recently. There's lots of people around the country that have used this training to get jobs. So educate yourself, get the job that you're after. So I hope you found that information helpful. If you're trying to get into the industry, check out the training at undergroundtraining.com.au, or if you want to talk to somebody that knows how the industry works, the phone number's at the end of the video.